We're out at the NAU Lumberjack football practice fields outside the Sky Dome, and we're talking to senior All-American candidate at cornerback, Marcus Alford. Marcus, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, when I say things like that, when I call you a candidate for All-American at cornerback, how does that make you feel?
I'm honored. It's very humbling and also motivating. Not too many guys get the privilege of having those type of honors and accolades, but you can't get too caught up in that type of stuff. So I just use it as motivation.
You know, Marcus, as a lockdown type of cornerback, you will often not get the ball thrown your direction. Offensive coordinators, quarterbacks will decide to go to the other side of the field. So sometimes you're so good that you don't get a lot of action on defense. So how do you adjust to that?
That comes back to my leadership. Helping my fellow cornerbacks on the opposite side of me raise their level of play, you know what I mean? And in the past, we've never had like one guy that was really good and one guy that wasn't as good. So there's really nowhere like teams can really hide or throw away from, you know what I mean? So this season we'll have other cornerbacks that will be very good, and so I'll get my balls because they'll perform very well.
Marcus, talk a little bit about what, in your mind, makes a good corner.
Okay, so you have to be very confident, especially in the Big Sky Conference. You're going against top receivers week in and week out. So you have to be very confident that you're the best guy on the field and that you're better than the guy that you're going against. You have to be very smart. I think that's some things that some cornerbacks don't take as serious, like as watching film, you know what I mean? Watching film, knowing your opponent's tendencies, knowing what they like to do, knowing the guy that you're guarding, you know, is he like a bigger guy? Is he like the faster guy? You know what I mean? And you just have to have mental toughness because say if you get beat on the play, you can't let that affect you for the rest of the game or else you won't have a good game. So you have to have a short memory.
How much time do you spend during the week scouting an individual player and how he is and his tendencies? Give us a snapshot of that.
Our coaches always tells us that it's more about what we do, you know, our preparation and ourselves. And that goes back to like January, how much we've been training, you know, that all leads up into the game. And when scouting like individual guys, we start watching film on Mondays, on previous games that the guys have had. You know, we watch all of their big plays. You know, we watch all of their negative plays. We watch certain formations, what guys like to do, what they do on certain downs, you know what I mean? What type of movements does he do in and out of his routes, you know what I mean? Some guys are faster, you might have to get into your back pedal a little quicker. Some guys you might have to jam a little bit more this game. And yeah, so it's a different game plan pretty much every week, so that's the tough part.
When I say to you, 2015 Lumberjack football team, what comes to your mind?
We have high expectations. We feel that this can be Northern Arizona's strongest team that we've had. We have a lot of experience. We have great leadership. We have a lot of senior players coming back. We're very deep at each position. I think our offense is transformed tremendously. I'm very excited for everyone to see that. And our defense, you know, Coach Thompson will have us ready once again like he does each and every year. And so there's a lot of talents, a lot of athletes, and I think everyone in Flagstaff will be very excited when they see us.
Marcus, for a defensive player, you've scored a lot of touchdowns. You'll return punts, you've returned kickoffs. I mean, what's the secret here? You're one of the highest scoring players on this football team, and you play in the defensive back line.
I like to make big plays, you know what I mean? In high school, I played offense a lot. You know, I love having the ball in my hands and scoring touchdowns. And so whenever I'm fortunate enough to have the ball in my hands, I'm thinking touchdown every time. We practice that every day in practice. Whenever anyone gets a turnover, the goal is to get that to the end zone. Just whenever my team needs to play, I've just been blessed enough to be in the position to make that play and get it to the end zone.
You like returning punts?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love returning punts. I love returning kicks. I'll have full-time kick returning duties this season. Last year, I didn't get to do that due to playing with a cast on my hand, so I'm very excited for that this year.
So give us an idea why NAU. You came from the state of California out of high school, so why did you come to Arizona? Why did you come specifically to the Mountain campus to go to college?
There have been a few people from my area that have came to the school, and I had all positive reviews. My best friend from high school, actually, Jamal Perkins, was on the team. And so I came on my official visit, and like I just felt the family vibe right away. Like I visited a couple other schools in the Big Sky, and it just felt like a family right away. Like I knew this was the place for me. Once I left there, I told my mom like this is the school I'm going to, and the coaches really had a great vision for me, and I had similar visions for myself. You know, we run a lot of man coverage here in Northern Arizona, and that's what I like to do. So it kind of panned out perfectly.
I love it. First team All Big Sky Conference All-American candidate at cornerback as a senior, Marcus Alford.